Hello everyone. I gotta fix my phone a little bit, I think. Of course, Miss Maggie, my sidekick, comes up every time I start to cook. This is Lori with Lori's Living the Tasty Life in Wildtree Organic Foods, and I'm hoping that you're able to join. Tonight I am finally making our chicken pot pie with butternut squash and mushrooms, Wildtree style. And this is part of our October cooking collection, so if you're interested in the cooking collection, this is one of the recipes from that, and it's only available through October 31st. So if you're really interested, hop on that. If you're really super interested in ordering any products at all, I do still have a 20% coupon good through the end of October. All you have to do is message me and I will certainly send you that too. And I did a lot of the prep already, but really from start to finish, prepping and everything, probably 30 minutes tops to get this physically in the oven, and then it's like 20-25 minutes in the oven. So it's really simple. Again, because I have guys, so I'm doubling the recipe, so I am using the entire package of Wildtree pot pie skillet seasoning. So this makes 2 pot pies, has enough for the seasonings for 2. I had to clarify that. I also have a grapeseed oil in my pan, and I partially cooked off my chicken just for time-saving reasons. So I'm using 2 pounds. So the recipe calls for 1 pound for a single recipe. I'm using 2 pounds of chopped up, diced chicken. I'm using chicken thighs tonight, or you can use boneless breasted chicken, whichever you prefer. So I'm going to turn on my oven and start getting my oil hot. The other things that I am putting in are, I put everything in one bowl just so I don't have to wash so many dishes. So I have about a cup of sliced baby bella mushrooms, and then I have a cup of fresh butternut squash diced, and 1 onion diced, and I add some celery as well to this recipe. So I'm going to put all that in here. I also did pre-cook my potatoes, so I make sure. So I have about 2 cups of potatoes, whichever kind of potatoes you like. I leave my skins on my potatoes for extra nutrition, and it just gives it that more rustic feel. I love anything rustic food-wise. And we're going to let all this saute up. I have to break up some of my onion pieces here, because they're not quite falling apart like I was hoping they would. So I hope everybody's having a wonderful fall Sunday. I think this is, we have what, 2 more weekends left before Halloween? Because Halloween can't be next weekend, right? Anyway, so 2 more weekends left, and then the craziness of the holiday season will be coming upon us. And Wildtree can help with the craziness. We really can offer food choices of not only for dietary reasons, whether you're gluten-free or paleo or diabetic, or have children that have food sensitivities. Wildtree is very, very helpful when it comes to that. We offer on our website an amazing way of just being able to filter out foods that you may be allergic to or are trying to stay away from, whether it's low sugar options, like I said before, keto, all kinds of things. Or you can filter where you're looking to use up maybe some things in your refrigerator and you need some recipes to kind of get some ideas to use those up too. So Wildtree, again, it's all certified, organic, GMO free, and that's super important. Made right here in the United States, right actually locally in Rhode Island, all the products, and they were started by a phenomenal woman named Leslie Monty, and she is a mother, and she started this business 25 years ago when she was looking for some solutions for her own family, because she was having some needs for her own children and she couldn't find the solution, so she decided to make her own, and that's how Wildtree was born. I think it's the coolest thing. We're also trying to help 2,000 families through the end of October discover Wildtree, and how it can help you and your family in these challenging times, especially, you know, with homeschooling and working at home situations with your children, or, you know, trying to finish school yourself. Maybe you're going to college and you have to do it all online. I know how that is because my son has had to switch to all online college, and that's very, very difficult. From just running around and trying to get things done to stay safe in your home, and Wildtree's there for you when it comes to food. So we really, really offer you up some phenomenal recipes and products that will really help you kick up your food choices a notch and be able to give your family a super healthy, delicious meal on the table in a very short amount of time. We also offer, while this is sauteing up, we also offer food preparation classes. I will offer those if you're interested, where you purchase some products that I recommend from Wildtree, and then I give you a shopping list, and you go shopping, and I teach you how to cook and prepare the foods to stick in your freezer online. I know I'm giving you a lot of information tonight. I have to talk because I'm sauteing up some vegetables and they're going to take a little bit longer than I was expecting. You know, so much for preparation, guys, so you're stuck with me a little bit longer tonight. So again, this, if you're just hopping on, please say hello. I have my phone set really far away, so I can only see people popping on, but I'll have to respond to you after. I think I see Tony. Hi, Tony. How are you? Again, so if you're just hopping on, I'm sauteing up some celery and mushrooms and some amazing butternut squash that I cubed up, and some fresh onion. And then I'm going to finish this off with my pre-cooked chicken and the Wildtree pot pie skillet meal seasoning. So if you're wondering what that is, I'll show you the little box. You can find these online under our skillet meals, and you get enough. I think I said it was in. Whoa, yeah, I'm playing basketball with it now, but you know, I'm sorry. It's enough to make this recipe 3 times in this box. I am only going to use 2 of the packets, so I'm going to put 1 back. I was wrong. I thought it was only 2 packages. So 3. So value added, super value. You can actually make 3 recipes for pot pie. You can also, you know what? I'm always experimenting, and you try them in other things. All of our seasonings. You know, I used taco seasoning this morning in our home fries, along with the garlic herb seasoning. They were delicious. They were so good. I know a lot of you have heard me mention the rancher steak rub. I use that on everything last night, and I forgot to post a picture, but I will post a picture of at least the meat that we cooked. So we sliced up a whole roast really thin yesterday with onions and more mushrooms and cheese, and we made steak sandwiches, and we seasoned it just with the rancher steak rub. So amazingly delicious. It was a huge roast. I had a huge bowl of it. What I thought was going to be left over for maybe lunch today. It was gone by this morning. My son had the rest for breakfast, so that's how things go in my house. So this is almost ready to add. So I'm going to be adding a cup of low sodium chicken broth to this. And I do have my oven on preheat at 400 degrees. Again, this entire recipe is available online at on my Wildtree site. I will post the link if you're interested. Certainly use the free, I'm sorry, I can't pull my words out tonight. Use the free use of the website to use the filters and find the recipes. All you have to do is register as a customer, and it's completely free, no obligation, and we offer that to all of our customers, whether you buy now or maybe later, as you check out and see what we have to offer. We have amazing plant-based meal shakes that are chocolate or vanilla, and there's so many recipes. In fact, I have some on order for this month, and I will also be putting up lots of simple recipes to use with those plant-based meal shakes. So this is cooking down quite nicely now. I'm going to almost add my chicken, but I am going to add the spices while I'm here, just giving it a few more minutes to cook. So this is, as I said, 1 packet. I'm going to add 2 because I doubled up this recipe. So this is just the seasonings. Break it up a little bit. And I can actually probably read you some of the ingredients if you're interested in that while this is all cooking down. So I'm going to get all that in there. Oh my gosh, that smells so amazing. Don't need the plastic and I'm dropping things. Here we go. It's just been that kind of day. I've been very, what do I want to say, lazy this afternoon. I don't know if anybody else was feeling quite lazy for some reason. I just couldn't get out of my own way. We went for a ride this morning, took the dogs for a walk this morning. It was very, very cold down here in Connecticut. Woke up to 31 degrees. I don't want to turn my heat on, so my oven has been off and on most of the day, cooking different things, and it's heating up my house nicely, which is great. So now that that's all combined, almost, and is cooked down, I am going to add some cream, and the chicken, and my potatoes. My chicken is quite cold because I had it in the fridge. Break all that up. And my potatoes. So I did parboil my potatoes so they don't take so long in the oven. And then I am using some shortcuts. Again, but they're good shortcuts. They are, so my pastry, many times I make my own homemade pastry. Again, I told you how lazy I was feeling today. So this recipe actually, you just use the puff pie pastry that you can buy right in the freezer section of your grocery store. Just thaw it in your refrigerator overnight, or if you forget, take it out maybe an hour before and you should be good to go for that. And again, there's a lot in this pan, and that's fine because, again, like I said, I'm doubling it, but actually a single recipe will feed a family of 4 without a problem. I just have very hungry gentlemen who love pot pie, and I love pot pie, and I don't know too many people that don't like pot pie. This is actually going to be my first time making pot pie with butternut squash, so I'm super excited. And mushrooms. Usually I use the carrots and the mushrooms, and the potato, or no mushrooms, but this just looks fantastic, smells fantastic. I'm going to add some cream. So if you're trying to make this a healthier version, you can either get rid of the cream completely and just add an extra half cup of low sodium chicken broth if you want. I am using the cream because it's just going to add that second layer, another layer of dimensional flavor. I'm going to let that all cook together. And then while that's cooking, I am going to get my pan over here. Okay, so that's cooking beautifully. So we're going to get rid of all this garbage. And I made quite a mess this evening. So while that's cooking down a little bit and getting all warmed up, I took, the other thing is a tablespoon of cream with 1 egg yolk. And I'm whipping that together. And you're probably wondering what the heck I'm going to do with this. That's going to actually be the very last step before it goes into the oven. So I have I'm using my very old cast iron frying pan. This is what I always make my pot pies in, almost guaranteed. It holds a lot, it's big. It also doubles as a weapon. If anybody ever, tried hurting me in my kitchen, guess what? This is always on my stove. I love my cast iron pan. I use it continuously. I think it gets used at least once a day, if not twice. Sometimes 3 times a day. We're just constantly using it. Oh, this smells wonderful. And it looks absolutely fantastic. So while this is cooking up a little bit, I promised I'd read off some of the ingredients if I can. Oh, I can. Great. So it's got all organic ingredients. Onion, cornstarch, sea salt, carrot, yeast, organic garlic, black pepper, organic basil, rosemary, marjoram, thyme, and sage. That is all that's in here. There is no anything of, there's no, trying to think. Oh, I'm sorry, I was looking for the certifications. So if you need to see certifications, there's the certification for gluten-free, and there's the kosher certification. If you see the little star with the K in it, that means it's kosher certified, which these are. USD certified organic on the front, and we just have a ton of certifications. And this is also the other organic certification that you should look for when you're looking for certified organic foods, additives, spices, whatever you're looking for when it comes to organic. So this looks like it's almost ready to go. So a few more minutes I'm going to let it go because I really want to make sure that butternut squash and the chicken is cooked pretty thoroughly. So these are the pastry sheets. I buy pastry sheets, just simple pastry sheets, to make this process super, super simple. And the reason I like the sheets is because you can just form them however you want them. The recipe shows individual ramekins. I'm just going to make one big pot pie. Like I said, you make it according to your tastes and how you work in your kitchen. Again, everything that Wildtree offers is just suggestions. So I'm probably going to end up using both of these. And then I was hoping my dog would come and lick up my floor afterwards, since I tend to be dropping things all over the place, but she's really just laying here listening to me. So if you're wondering who I'm talking about, Miss Maggie, my 13-and-a-half-year-old black lab. If you could see her down there on the floor. My other one is hiding in the other room on her bed because she has really bad arthritis and she just loves her bed. So she doesn't move, unfortunately, too often. I'm kind of surprised she's not in here looking for anything that I've dropped on the floor. So I'm going to move this pan over closer because I am just going to load my cast iron pan up now with all this goodness. And what a great day to have pot pie. It's cold and it's just chilly outside, and this is so fall. I don't know if you could see all the colors in here, but there's some beautiful, beautiful colors with the butternut squash and the mushrooms and the celery and the chicken and the spices. Just absolutely amazing. Easy recipes. Let's see if I can lift this up. And I'm going to pour the rest of this in here because I want all that liquid and goodness in here. It will thicken as it's cooking in the oven. So again, my oven is preheated to 400 degrees. And look at how I couldn't have figured that more perfect for my cast iron pan. So that's there. And all I'm going to do now is open up my puff pastry shell. get rid of the little papers that they give you. And I'm actually only going to have to use one because one fits perfectly. So I'm going to fold in the corners a little bit just so they don't. I'm going to do that. And well, maybe I will cut up the other one. I think I actually am going to, because this has got some edges that I'm going to try to cover. So we're gonna just kind of figure it out. Like I said, this will be so pretty when it's all baked off. I will post a picture. You don't have to do all of the covering. We just like to have it. We like the crust just as much as we like the inside in our family. So what I will probably do afterwards is save whatever I have left over, and maybe I'll make apple dumplings or something with it. Nothing really goes to waste in my house when it comes to baking or cooking. And I won't let this go to waste either. So that's the other thing about Wildtree. We really help you with your grocery bills, your finances, you know, how to spend your food budget wisely and get the best bang for your buck. So all I did was 1 egg yolk and a tablespoon of cream. You can certainly use alternative milk. You could use water if you want. I'm trying to follow this recipe almost as exact as it is. And I'm just going to brush this over the entire top of my pastry because that'll help it become golden brown and really like flaky, beautiful. And it also does give it a little added flavor. So I had seen one of my nieces over the weekend that I haven't seen in quite a long time, and she lives up in the Boston area. And she gave me such a compliment, I was almost in tears. So she had told me that she loves watching her aunt do all these live videos and cooking. She doesn't always catch me live, and I had no idea. And she says that I'm really relaxing. So if you find me relaxing, give me a heart. I loved that about that. She almost had me in tears. So, I mean, it doesn't look very fancy. I don't know if you can really see it. Yeah, I think you can. And I'm going to put my knife through the pastry just to vent it. You should always do that. And that pretty much, unless somebody wants to come help me clean up my kitchen, because usually I can clean as I go, but I really just messed the whole place up tonight. But it won't take me long. Pop this in the oven for about 20 minutes to 25 minutes at 400 degrees, and you're good to go. So I hope everybody has a wonderful Sunday night, the rest of your weekend. And of course, now the sun's shining on my face as I come up close. I love you all. Cheers. Have a fantastic rest of your night.